everyone, and welcome to week 7 of social media with Mrs. Gorman. We are going to be talking about internet trolls this week. The goals that we have for this week are the Plant High shoutouts that are due every Tuesday at 11:59 p.m., the anti-trolling one-pager, and an optional extra credit opportunity for students who are face-to-face. However, if you are e-learning, you will complete the trolling summary. So this is what you will turn in this week, and this is what it looks like on Canvas under Module 7, Week 7, Trolls. You want to start here with the PowerPoint presentation where I go into detail with every assignment so you understand the expectations and the grading and what you need to do per assignment. Of course, everything that has the red push pin is something that you need to turn in. Where it says e-learning trolling summary, that is only for the e-learners, but if you are a face-to-face student, you are more than welcome to turn that in for an extra credit. The two files at the bottom where it says SM Week 7, is there a psychological reason for people being mean on the internet? That is an article that we'll be reading together in class. And then the Cornell notes template is what we'll be using to take notes throughout this. So your Cornell notes will look something like this. The template, like I said, is under Module 7, Week 7 of Trolls. You will open this up and use this as we take notes. I will guide you on what, when, and where to write. So this is our essential question. This is something that you will write on your Cornell notes at the top under topic or essential question. What causes someone to post mean or negative comments on websites and social media? How does that affect online communities? Here's the quick write. So on your Cornell notes, on the left-hand side of it, you will write the questions, and these are the questions that you will write. On the right-hand side of it, you will answer the questions to this. If you are e-learning, please take a moment and pause this video so you are able to look at this and see what you need to do and what you need to write down. Question 1. When was the last time you saw a mean comment on a website or on a social media post? So you will write the question on the left of your Cornell notes, and to the right, you will answer this question. Question 2. Why do you think someone would leave a comment like that? And the last question, how did it make you feel reading it? So I will have this posted for you. This is on PBS, Internet Trolls. I will post it in our announcement section so you're able to see this video. Now that you have seen this, hopefully you have a better idea of what trolling is and what it looks like on the internet. So trolling is not new behavior, but why do people do it? And what effects does it have? Take a minute to turn and talk to someone about this. If you are face to face, if you are not, take a moment to think about this. So on your Cornell notes, please write to the left the question, what is an internet troll? And on the right, you're going to summarize this and paraphrase it into your own words so that it makes sense to you. An internet troll is someone who makes intentionally inflammatory, rude, or upsetting statements online to elicit strong emotional responses in people or to steer the conversation off topic. They can come in many forms. Most trolls do this for their own amusement, but other forms of trolling are done to push a specific agenda. Now, we're going to take 5 minutes to do speed philosophical chairs. So you will move to either the agree or disagree side of the room, and we will discuss individual opinions. And of course, if you are at home doing this, you can just think about this and what side you would be on. If we're in class, let's look at the following. If someone makes a good point you hadn't previously considered, you can always change sides. Be considerate of other people's opinions. No one is wrong. We all have different experiences that formulate our opinions. Be respectful of each other, and we will do this in 5 minutes. So now you will move to one side of the room, agree or disagree. And if you're doing e-learning, you're more than welcome to move to one side of your bedroom. So trolling comments should be allowed in all online forums. Which side will you move to? Go. Now that we've had time to listen to our peers in class about trolling being on online forums, we want to talk a little bit about signs that someone is trolling. So on the left of your Cornell side of your notes, you are going to write down signs someone is trolling, and on the right, you're going to write down the signs that you see on the next slide and summarize those so that it makes sense to you. So signs that someone is trolling. It can sometimes become difficult to tell the difference between a troll and someone who just genuinely wants to argue about a topic. However, here are a few telltale signs that someone is actively trolling. Here we go. The first one that you will see is the off-topic remarks. Completely going off topic from the subject at hand, this is done to annoy and disrupt other posters. Refusal to acknowledge evidence. Even when presented with hard, cold facts, they ignore this and pretend like they never saw it. Dismissive, condescending tone. An earlier indicator of a troll was that they would ask an angry responder, "Why you mad, bro?" This is a method done to provoke someone even more, as a way of dismissing their argument altogether. The next one, use of unrelated images or memes. They reply to others with memes, images, and GIFs. This is especially true if done in response to a very long text post. One of the most famous ones I always see is Michael Jackson in the movie theaters with popcorn just eating, especially when there's a heated trolling stream going on someone's comments. The next one, seeming obliviousness. They seem oblivious that most people are in disagreement with them. Also, trolls rarely get mad or provoked. In fact, they kind of get a high from it because they want to get a rise out of other people. So now that we've learned a little bit about trolls, I want you to answer one or more of the following questions in your group. What was the most interesting in the Above the Noise episode that you saw? How did the research presented at the end of the video surprise you? How did your opinion change at the end of the philosophical chairs activity? Please discuss this with the people at your table. And of course, if you are at home, take a moment to reflect, and you can do this at the bottom of your Cornell notes in the summary. Moving forward, we are going to be reading, Is There a Psychological Reason for People Being Mean on the Internet? And we're talking a lot about mental health in this, and you will be marking the text, and we're going to set that purpose for reading now. So you will look at that PDF that is on Canvas. that file, and we are going to read this together. If you're at home, you're obviously going to read this to yourself. And as you are reading, I want you to circle key terms, cited authors, and other essential words or numbers. Highlight or underline authors' claims or other relevant information. Make notes in the margins. You can summarize the sections, make connections, or write questions. And last, I would like you to create 2 higher order questions that you will use during our class discussion. This is the article that we'll be reading, so please use your active text marking key to mark up this text as you read. You will have 8 minutes to read this in class. Go. So we will be looking at this question, is there a psychological reason for people being mean on the internet? So I want you to consider that question as you are reading as well. So it'll give you a key indicator of where you stand, where the author stands on this. And we will also be looking at other questions that your peers have written, and we will be having a class discussion. We are going to do a final project check-in. So last week we dived in a little bit deeper about the final project, which is again is posted at the very bottom of Canvas. So we're going to be checking in with each other. So what will happen is we will look at your goals and see what you have accomplished. We'll make adjustments to your goals to make them more specific and just basically solidify this proposal and this rubric that you have created for yourself for your final project. So be expected to have something to talk about when we have our discussion. If you are e-learning, you will see this assignment on Canvas. You will look up 3 examples of internet trolls and write a brief description and summary of their trolling activities. So always use my trusty friend Google to look this up. If you are a face-to-face student, you are more than welcome to do this as well, and this will be counted as extra credit because e-learning can't be part of the active discussion that we're doing in class. This is in lieu of that. So it'll be extra credit for face-to-face and a mandatory assignment for my e-learning students. We will be having those final project check-ins. While we are doing this, you all are all going to be working on this one-pager Internet Trolls assignment that we're going to talk about now. And in this assignment, you can be working at your table with this, with the partner. You can do it solo dolo. It doesn't matter. Just make sure that you all write, you all discuss, and you all submit on Canvas. So I know that everyone has submitted something. I can see it and it's easier to grade for me. So as you all are working on this, I will be having those discussions for our final project. So students will create an anti-trolling advertisement to educate elementary age kids about the dangers of internet trolling. So your paper should take up the entire page. It should be informational. Please consider your audience, again, elementary age children, and be creative. You can use sites like Canva, Word document. You can do this by hand and take a picture and upload it. However you want to do this is up to you. Just be creative. Here are some examples of some anti-trolling posters that were found on the internet. You are more than welcome to do something similar to this, but again, be creative. You want to make sure you're taking up the whole page. You will have the entire class to work on this as I'm meeting with individuals about their final project. So as always, if you have any questions, please message me on Canvas or Remind. Have an awesome week.